I'd like to say that yesterday was a surprise, but based on the comments, it wasn't, was it? It absolutely wasn't. So here we go. Showtime. Can we get it done today? Let's flipping hope so. Hello then, folks. Welcome back to AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM, and you find me on Champions League final day. We had the option to do the team meeting. I've not done the team meeting. I won't be doing the team meeting. Never do the team meeting. It's too big a risk. I'm not prepared to ruin everyone's morale. I'm just happy to ruin the morale of Joseph Abo, who, if you saw at the very end of yesterday's episode, some of the promises were kept, some of the promises were not. The ones that have been failed, I promised I'd win the league, which, when I promised it, I knew was a lie. And then, obviously, yesterday was different. And then I'm running out of time to loan him out. I'm not going to loan him out. So he's going to be annoyed about that. He also wants to play in the advanced playmaker role. No, he's been far better, in my opinion. 15 goals from this position, playing slightly deeper. And that then brings us to today's team, as the big news really for me is that Ngassam makes the bench. He's definitely not fit to play. His calf muscles are torn to pieces. He will be back next season, and luckily for us, he's young enough that he shouldn't be overly affected by this. Will be a little bit, but yeah, not too bad. Jones then will get the start in the biggest game of his career. Gil, Braziz, Pintado, and Eddie Elso complete a back four that has been really very good. We'll talk about a little bit of the end of season stuff after this. Salatiel sitting in that deep line playmaker role. We finally found a spot for him. The double Mazzala that's been so successful for us this season, other than the final game of the season. Agonovic and Randrup. And then you've seen it already, viewers, and you might be wondering why. I've made a big call. I've made the biggest of calls. Trout is going to get the start in the game. He just does things that other strikers don't do. Ishmael does them sometimes. But the first time shooting of Trout is what we're going to go with today. It's going to be a battle, right? Liverpool have won the league for a reason. They're very, very good. The strength in that team is undeniable, really. They've got so much quality up and down. I was looking through. They've got a suspension to Duell, and I thought, oh, that's good for us. They're going to really struggle. And then I looked at, like, Brian Ho, for example, and I realised that they don't care. They do not care at all. 32-year-old Danish international who's exceptionally good. Yeah, obviously no players of real life exist. The last of them, I think Haaland retired, who played for Liverpool, and Curtis Jones and Trent Alexander-Arnold all sort of 6 years ago. So that's how far ahead we are post that era. Van Dijk is Arsenal's interim manager. So if you're wondering how it's going at Arsenal, Virgil van Dijk is currently at the helm, and we'll have to wait and see to see if he actually gets the gig full time. That's the football landscape, viewers. So, Champions League final. The way we got here was actually pretty impressive. If we remove everything and then we just include the Champions League, you can see our run has been pretty tough, really. Inter Milan, Juventus in the group to kick things off, and then Inter Milan, Barcelona, Thames FC before facing the Premier League champions, maybe the best team in the world when we face Liverpool. So that's going to be, as I say, that's going to be an almighty battle. We'll have to see how we do. Obviously, the fear of what happened against Tottenham is ringing pretty strong right now. It could be the saddest end to a season ever. But stay tuned, because there is some good news towards the end of the video. So, you know, let's not. It's fine, viewers. It's fine. Here we go. Oh God, I've just swallowed very, very heavily. I've just got gulp. I think this is our best 11. I don't think there's any reason to change it. The reality is I need the boys to step up. I need these four, Abo, Randrup, Agonovic, and Trout to be the boys right now. They've got to be on it, right? Otherwise, this is going to be so difficult. It's not. In fact, I'll say it now. If they're not on it, we'll lose. That's how important it is that those four in particular step up. Sure, we can have a good defensive display, but we need those boys to do the business. As there you are, then there's a Liverpool side. It's quite scary. A few of their top dogs over the years not starting there. They have got a few injuries. Marcelo Augusto is an absolute powerhouse. He sort of took over from Haaland after he left. So yeah, he's their goal scorer basically. Haaland took over from Salah, and then Augusto. I think there's another striker in there as well before we made the Premier League that was pretty dominant too. But here we are then. Thames versus Liverpool. It's the Champions League final. It looks like a full stadium, as this then kind of defines the whole season now. Defeat. I don't want 2 second places basically. That's how I feel about it at the moment. I would love to win this. Obviously, it's the Champions League final. Say some more obvious statements, Ben. Let's see how we do. I've got a cup of coffee and a bottle of water. I don't know which one will be appropriate for today's proceedings, but either way, I feel prepared. As we're wearing our away yellow and black sort of Dr. Benji themed kit, which is not available at any point in store, but is still nice to look at. As the ball lifted forward, our high line maybe getting caught out a little bit. Brilliant defensive work there, though, as Leroy picks it up. They're not finished quite yet, Liverpool. We're going to have to be defensively on this, and we seem to have marshalled it out of play. So that's not too bad, actually. But yeah, he got a little bit too much space for my liking. We're 10 minutes in. We'll encourage the boys, and we'll start with the coffee. Thames 0, Liverpool 0. As the half an hour or so gone, their goalkeeper started with a strained neck, so he's got a little bit of an injury. He's not picked that up. He began the game like it. As Randrup there, well, we're trying to force the goalkeeper to use his neck a lot, it seems, which I will say is a strategy. As that ball down there, Gill played that first time to Salatiel. Ball over the top, Trout. This is why he's in the team. Go on, my boy. Oh, he's missed. He's missed. I thought I was pretty confident he was going to score. That's devastating. Okay, we carry on. Liverpool now throw in. It looks like they're trying to play out from the back, which is kind of what we expect from this type of size, as they pick up the ball on the edge of the penalty area again, driving into the middle. But Jones stands strong in the centre and keeps that out. We'll encourage once more, as actually, game-wise, yes, they're having slightly more of it. I kind of expect that. I think the performance so far isn't too bad. A goal now at the end of the half for either side could change a lot, as Gomez is arguably the best player on the pitch and nearly proved it. I say best player on the pitch, second best behind the bow, but yeah, very, very good. I think we changed something here. I don't think this is working quite as intended. I think we can do more in midfield and we can get a bow to take a little bit more control. I don't think moving him to the preferred role is the way to go in this area, but I think definitely changing up his role, maybe making Fernandes less attacking and give a bow a sort of playmaker-esque freedom in front. Salatiel to a bow could be a crucial combination. Both of them very, very good on the ball, very good technical passes. So let's try that out. Trout's not having the best game. We'll keep an eye on that. Ishmael, of course, is going to be on quickly if it's not working out for Trout. But we have backed our boy early on. He's missed that one big chance. But, here we go. Continuing on, no need to change it off balanced right now. I'm feeling pretty confident with this. A Salatiel to Randrup's a big chance. The header, it's well saved by Van Hove. But, the clearance again, whipped away. But we're on it again. Really good defensive play from us as we're overlapping on that right side. And Gill has been found. And now, options in the middle if you can find on. Fernandes, whipped in, back post. Oh, not quite, no. The keeper again. We've seen him come and claim a few of these. And his distribution hasn't been very good. And again, gives us it back. He's giving us ample opportunity, it feels like. Is there going to be one more chance for us as Randrup's in again? He might go for goal this time. Randrup, it's another good save from a keeper carrying an injury. You just wouldn't know it, would you? Still 0-0. I'm starting to get a bit more stressed now because we're coming into the game a little more. And suddenly, it feels like it's going our way. Trout, 6.4. I'm going to demand more from the boys. We're going to see if that has any impact. 6.3, it's only getting worse. I don't think I can afford to wait. And as much as I love him, Ishmael, the loanee from Real Madrid, the speedster, he's got so much agility, he's got great finishing ability, comes on, 20 minutes to go. A Liverpool corner as the game half froze as the ball's in the air, which was terrifying. Martin, though, on that side, keep him out of the penalty area if possible. It's a brilliant slide challenge. And now we counter. Braziz, the centre-back, out on that side, does really well, actually. Finds the ball. Fernandes, Ishmael, this just come on. Huge chance, it's got to be. Oh, it's not. This goalkeeper, I think his neck's fine. The irony of someone's neck hurting in a Thames episode in a final. It's not lost on me for Thames FC fans. As Randrup, well, it's a great slide challenge from Sebastian and wins himself a throw-in at the end of all of that. As Randrup sarcastically claps their fans, which I'm all for. 15 minutes to go and a bow. Of all the people, now, of course it is. A bow carrying an injury. How bad is it? Wants to stay on, but the injury is affecting him. It's a lower leg injury. It's only getting worse. And after all this, do we take him off? I mean, Adrian Tom is the guy to bring on. And I think that's probably the move. You probably move Fernandes into more of a playmaker role if you're going to play that. Or do you bring Tom on as sort of a box-to-box guy that's going to run it for you? I think you probably do. I think that's more suited to him. He's not creative. He's a stamina machine. So I kind of want to put him in there for that. A bow comes off in a final. We lose our best player, comfortably our best player on paper as well. Like 10 minutes to go, we are depleted. No Abo, no Trout. They've not played particularly well, but a throw-in. And would you back any of our boys right now? Randrup for me is the guy. He's on the ball now. He's the one that can cause the most problems. Tom's just come on. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. No, that was such a good chance. The time's ticking away. We'll encourage as we go into extra time. We will, of course, have another sub to our Arsenal as well if we want it. But there's the boys. There's a player there sat on nothing, it feels like. Okay. It's been very even. Liverpool appear to have been on top. They're slightly more pushed up than we are. We're playing quite wide, almost counter-attacking in that sense, which is kind of the plan anyway. Team-wise, we've controlled the game pretty well. It's the forward players that have got to do a little bit more for me. As we go into the dressing room then, do I say don't let this slip? I'm going to pump fists, viewers. For the first time since maybe the beta, I'm pumping fists with joy. We've been the better team here. Keep going. I'm going to motivate. I think that's the way forward. I don't think we have to change too much. I'm just debating if we were to make a change here, what would we change? Is Dawu for Agonovic the change? Do we maybe bring one of them on a bit more supportive duty? I think getting Agonovic on the ball more would be maybe the solution. Okay, I'm going to... See, I don't love what I'm doing here. No, it's fine. One of them can be on a support duty. That's fine. Supporting Eddie Elso. Gil is firing forward with Randrup on that side. I think this is quite safe, but I don't necessarily think that's the worst thing at this point in the game. Right, they can't be playing that well either, to be fair. The game's been pretty even, so neither side's had the best of it. On the average ratings, we're just ahead of them. 6.67 for us, 6.63 for them, and it's usually the team that ends up with the highest average rating tends to win the game. As Liverpool, though, well, they're looking to change that now, and a goal can change everything. As Agonovic there, well, nearly gets in on it. The keeper comes out, plays a simple pass to one of the defenders, and the ball forward is easily cut out. Gil is going to deal with that all day long. Jones now, nothing silly. Of course, we know what happened against Tottenham. We're trying to erase that from our memories. As Agonovic in that supportive role, getting him on the ball a little bit more, perhaps, as he's now going to drive forward with it. He crosses it in towards Randrup. Oh my God, we're a finish! Peter Randrup! Oh my goodness me! Agonovic playing that slightly deeper role, playing on a more support duty, being involved in the game. I said Randrup might be the guy, but the pass is unbelievable. How good is this, by the way? To find that, and the finish on the half volley. First, flipping heck, viewers. Flipping, I'm going to go for the water now. Goodness gracious me. Liverpool have got a throw in. I'm not going to go too defensive yet. We'll wait for the second half of extra time, but there's not long left in this half at all. And of course, a Liverpool goal brings them straight back into this. And penalties is not something I fancy, as the header clear is only as far as their midfield, and they've still got pressure to be applied to us. Gil cuts it out though. Oh, Ishmael's not there. I thought it was going to go straight to him, and then he can maybe run at them a little bit. But Liverpool, of course, are going to come on strong now, and we have to stay strong as they're into the penalty area. Agonovic. It's a challenge that's counted. Shots have gone in behind for a corner. We're going to waste a little bit of time and lower our tempo just a touch. They've got a corner at the very end of the half. I guess they're going to be allowed to take this, are they? They are. Flipping heck. Please no. Constantini, ball in, headed away brilliantly by the defence. As we get to half time then, I think the smart thing here is to... I don't think anyone would blame me here. Don't pass it into space as often. Waste as much time as possible. Let's lower that tempo now. Let's try and make it frustrating for them. Let's make them chase a little bit. And hopefully this pays off. Randrup again, going onto a support duty. We might as well have them a little bit more defensively set. Salatiel, you've now got different priorities, I'm going to say, and you are sort of defending as well as playmaking. As here we go then, 15 minutes before Thames, like AFC Thames can win a Champions League. It's taken a long time. And remember, we weren't close to this last season. This is our first outing in the Champions League. The time, viewers, we've wasted it. It's gone. Thames have won it. AFC Thames have won it. Someone told me to change the background so it's not the showdown. Oh, I forgot. Well, it says Champions League winners. The Streamer Showdown returns at the end of the month. It's fine. Your winners of the Champions League 2043 are AFC Thames. Come on, lift it. Come on, viewers. Pop a headband on. I don't know what to do. The shirts are out. They're available now. There's a link in the description. We are now Champions League. I was waiting for a big moment. We hadn't had one yet. We'd scraped through. But we've done it. Bloody hell. Wow. We'll talk about the shirts more in a moment. We've achieved what we set out to achieve. But we haven't won the Premier League. And I really want to win the Premier League. It's a 1-0 extra time. I mean, they're so close, the game there. We've got slightly better XG. They've got slightly better possession. We've had one more shot. They've had one more shot on target. The fouls, they fouled us way more than we fouled them. Unless that's... either way, corners, they've dominated in that area. But at the end of the day, the winners... The champions of Europe are AFC Thames. By golly. By golly. How good does it feel to win the UEFA Champions League? I've not won the Champions League on YouTube for, like, in a long-term save for a while. This feels good. Because the last time I did it, spoilers if you didn't see the first series of Glory Hunter, was with Inter Milan in the first season of Glory Hunter. So it's been such a long time since I've had this level of success, and I'm going to drink it in for a moment with tea and coffee. Can you do both at the same time? Let's make waves. This is going to go poorly. No, I'm not. This is it's watery, viewers. It's watery coffee. Don't do that at home. Don't try that at home. How do I celebrate, viewers? With nonsense. That's how. There we go then. We celebrate the double. If a Bo's injured, he's out with a bruised shin. He could have played on with a bruised shin. Who knew? We've celebrated a double. The Carabao Cup and the UEFA Champions League. The double everybody wants, viewers. As there we are then. £17.3 million as we are crowned champions. I think there's some clauses that are about to activate. That could be an issue. But there we go. Medals for the Champions League win have been dished out. I'm glad that Ngassam still gets one. All the boys in that lineup deserve one. And I get one as well, which is beautiful. As mentioned, and it's come up a few times, and we've mentioned it for a few months. It feels like maybe even 6 months at this point. Thames shirts. People want them. I've got good news. They're available now. They are. I'll tell you everything. They are £35. That includes postage wherever you are in the world, and you can have a name and number on the back for free, basically. So the shirts, the base cost are £35. If you want a name and number on the back, you can do. Yeah, I think that's all the information you need. What I will do, I'll just bring squad numbers up in case you want any of these boys. So just in case, they're there for you as well. Yeah, they're out now, available. They're going to be out for a limited amount of time. There is a limited amount of them. So if you want one, get them. They'll be available until the end of the month, and then they're gone forever. That is a warning, because people still ask me for Thames FC shirts, but they're not a thing anymore. And what a way to announce they're available, by winning the Champions League. I was going to do this regardless. Had we lost, this would have been quite a different mood. Nobody would have wanted one. I'm going to order 10 now, and I'm going to order 11, and I'm going to get every player that performed in that final. Not a Bo, obviously. So yeah, link down the description to that. Victory Kits are handling it all. Any issues at all, make sure you message me or them about that, but it should all be fine. So yeah, link in the description and get involved. Any questions, fire them at me on Twitter. So, what a season! As we've done a bit of admin there, let's talk about then, I mean, what's our transfer budget for next season? That's kind of what I want to know. I'm not even going to do the press conference, viewers. Even though we're a Champions League, I'm going to deny the media. I'm hoping we find our transfer budget out any minute now, as I've got UEFA Nations League semi-finals to play with England. Don't worry, you're not going to see them. No one cares. We're going to leave that. You won't know any of the players, so trust me, it's not worth it. Have we already been given our budgets based upon our league finish? I'm thinking we maybe have done. As our season review then comes in, we'll go through this to round off today's episode. Blimey, Charlie. Was the Abo transfer worth it? £100 million? I mean, we're Champions League winners. How much was he a part of that? Oh, I don't really know. But signing-wise, the rivals that have come in, like you can see it based on the average ratings. And boys, I want to talk about Eddie Elso at left back. It was a little bit older. A few people questioned it, but I felt like it was the perfect addition. And now I feel vindicated in that. Ishmael from Real Madrid. If they don't want him at 23 years of age, if they're not going to start him in every game, I know he's only got 13 goals being 26 there, I'll have him. Give him to me then, because I think he's excellent. He's just an upgraded Ermintrout, if I'm being brutal. Like, again, I don't think they'll let me have him for £55 million. I'm buying Ishmael for £55 million. Welcome, everybody. We'll see if that goes through. Of course, there'll probably be some sales as well. I suspect there'll be a few clubs interested in some of my boys at this point. Anthony Walker didn't really play a huge amount for me, but could be a lot more crucial next season. I feel like a very, very solid option for me anyway. Gil was fantastic. Of course, Ngassam I was a big fan of before the injury. And Joseph Abo is one of the best players in world football. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with him. Don't forget, he's got that release clause of 120 million minimum release fee. If I were clubs, I would activate it. I hope nobody does. It's been a pretty phenomenal season. Pre-season, we were never expected to do quite this well. Our Champions League run, you can see, sensational beyond that defeat to Marseille, weirdly. The Premier League, we faltered towards the end. The Chelsea and Leicester results hurt us. City as well. I'm trying to think if we dropped, like, that period there was so poor. Sheffield United, Leicester, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, United and Southampton as well. So annoying. And then the rest of the results are kind of whatever. Like the draw against Norwich is annoying, but again, draw to City, defeat to Liverpool. these things happen. FA Cup, semi-final defeat to City. Of course, if there was a final, would have been there. And the Carabao Cup, our first semi-major trophy, beating United in the final, and comfortably so as well, despite and dispatching Liverpool. They've not enjoyed us in the cup, but they've enjoyed us in the league. Yeah, again, another phenomenal end to the year. Match to remember, the 2-0 away win at Juventus, apparently. I'd go for the Champions League final, honestly, viewers, but I mean, whatever. Sponsorships and revenues now, of course, as Champions League winners. Oh, just where was Abo there? Abo, we sold 40,000 shirts. That's quite a lot for us. Abo, Randrup, Agonovic, Pintado, and then Gaslam's up there as well, selling the most amount of shirts. Of course, I think a lot of this will expand now and become a lot bigger. I got manager of the month 3 times and manager of the year at the end of the year as well, which is really fantastic. Ishmael was our top goal scorer. Agonovic with 23 assists. Ishmael again. There's a reason I want him, viewers. I think he's pretty good. And don't forget, Ermantraut's not my player. Like, Ermantraut's still on loan, so we're going to try and buy Ishmael, who I think we can all agree, a good addition. I think he could be the guy. I might go look out for some other strikers as well, just in case there's better value out there, but yeah, I do actually really like him. I think playing him more regularly will be key. 13 goals in 22 starts isn't bad, but we do need more out of him, as the media have bigged us up. So, where does this leave us going into the future? Expectations have been announced. I don't think there's any budgets to be announced, but there's all sorts of business going on here. We've been named in the best 11. Agonovic has made it in. Of course, this is the overall best 11. At the end of the series, I will go back and we will look through all of this. Cousin Brad Carr, Angus Brunt, John Solomon, and Beaker, Below, Maggle, Reeve, Ings, Fleming in goal. I'm sure you remember a lot of the names, but Agonovic has got himself on the bench in that overall 11, which is beautiful to see. Yeah, we'll come back to that at a later date. What a year, though. Flipping heck. Club vision, expectations for next year to finish in the top half of the Premier League and get to the first knockout round in the Champions League. It feels like we could probably do more than that, but I will accept your vision and we'll see what we can do next year. Of course, the Premier League title is the only thing I want, and that's how the series ends now. We don't finish until we win a Premier League, but we are running out of time before FM22, so it starts now. End of season team meeting. I think that now would be a good time to let the players know what you plan to achieve for next season. I mean, I don't want to say I want to win the league, but I want to win the league. I want to qualify for the Champions League. They're fuming about it. It's unrealistic. We've just won it, you clown. We've just won it. I'll back down then. You know, I'll put positive reaction. I want to reach the knockout stages of the Champions. I'm just going to have to lie to them. But this, how do you get... I hate it. I hate it. It's so unrealistic. FM22 soon. Everything's fine. Training camp. They've suggested Singapore. Okay, yeah, fine. We'll go with what the board want. As the Dream 11 has been announced. It's a good Dream 11. Ishmael's up there. The only 2 players not in it for Thames are this fellow at Real Madrid, who is good, that Croatian fella there, and this guy as well, the Russian in central midfield that I've seen for a long time, but at 31, I don't think he's ever achievable for me. He's pretty special as well. Will Jones, goalkeeper of the season in the Champions League. My 2 fullbacks are top 2 in the defender of the season. Agonovic and Randrup make the top 3 there, and Ishmael second behind the fella from Real, which is a bit frustrating, but still, we'll take it. I will congratulate all these boys on their awards. Yeah, we've romped the Champions League. We're loving it, viewers. What a lovely time for us all. I don't think there is a manager of the year. We're now on England's managerial duty. As the offer for Ishmael has been accepted, I would play him as a regular starter. I won't give him an extra wage boost there. I'm going to lower that to 125. I'm going to up his goal bonus to 25k. I'm going to give him $1 million to his agent, almost. And I'm going to say sign for me, and he says no. We'll go down again, 130. Okay, you're going higher, which is not really working for you. 145. I don't know if I've done well there or not. I don't think I have. I'm blind panicked, viewers. Ishmael, though, £55 million, our biggest transfer ever, other than a bow, which doesn't count in my world, is in. Transfer budget wise, then I think that's already been given, of course, with loads of stuff to deal with, commercial summaries and what have you. We've signed a new 5-year deal with the telecommunications company. Our sponsorship will rise massively from that. I don't think we can have a new stadium. They also haven't suggested that we should buy one. But then again, board, I have just won the Champions League, so maybe think about it. Wow! 265 million in the... Buy a stadium now! Buy it now! Transfer budget, £79 million. I mean, it's a lot. Can I get some more on the transfer budget for next season? I'm going to inquire, viewers, because why not? Again, I'll deal with some of my admin stuff after this. To round it off, will they say yes? I've just seen how much is in the balance, which I'm not sure I should be privy to as the manager, but still, I've seen it now. They've upped it to 50. Is that the next season? Oh, but not even now then. Oh, for the love of... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We conclude. Champions League winners. I'll see you soon. We love with care for us, but just the next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodness gracious me.